Hey everybody, this is JB. I'm gonna do my second video series tape and explain to you guys how to get started. The first thing that I'd like to talk about is the fact that everybody asks, how do I get started? I want to get in shape. How do I get started? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to go and access your daily routine. What do you do in the morning? What do you do during the day? What do you do at night before you go to bed? How's your activity level? Do you stand around at work or at school? Do you sit a lot? You want to be able to take all of these factors in order to come up with a routine that's fit for you to work out. So the first thing I like to mention real fast is that my parents and my aunts and uncles asked me to write them a program to get started. I said, okay, that's not a problem. What I did was I took their measurements because basically I got a lot of the information on how to track your progress, and that's the only thing that I believe that works the best, is to be able to track your progress. Because a lot of people, they work out and they work out and they work out and they don't know if they're doing the right thing. They don't know if they're getting in shape. They can't tell. There's no progress tracker, there's nothing written, there's nothing to tell them that they're getting in shape. So the best thing that came to my mind when I read up a lot with the Bruce Lee magazines, the bodybuilding magazines, track your progress. So I took their measurements and wrote them down and told them, okay, now we can set some small goals, but we won't write them down, because the thing about writing stuff as far as goals is that people are scared to not reach their goal. They're scared to fail. And the easiest thing I came up with is coming up with what you want to do and not writing that part down. So when you work out and you lose that, the first landmark is set. The first goal is already accomplished, because you're not trying to set goals, you're trying to lose weight. You're trying to get in shape, you're trying to get started. That's what this is about, getting started. You don't want to set any specific thing yet. And as soon as you get your measurements, as soon as you get what you really want to do, lose inches, lose fat, lose weight, then you can go on to start your own unique routine to get fit. So once you get the measurements, you then go on and find out what to do, because you might be working, you might be in school, you might be very busy. So I recommend it to my folks and to my other relatives to maybe start off with something that they can reasonably do 2 to 3 times a week, to start off doing cardio, 20 minutes max. You don't want to go overboard the first time getting started, because you go overboard, you're going to get worn out, you're going to get tired, you're not going to want to do it after 2 weeks, you're not going to want to do it. So I said start off 2 to 3 times a week and start doing cardio, exercise bike, treadmill, light jogging outside, something to get the blood flowing, something to get the activity level up. And I said that if you guys do this for 2 weeks, you'll notice a slight change in your mood and wanting to do things, wanting to get up instead of laying around, wanting to work out actually. Because when I started off, I noticed that I felt more energized to want to do things. I wanted to get up, and I didn't know where that came from. I'm like, what am I doing? I changed my activity level by doing a small bit of cardio 3 times a week, and I started doing that two weeks, and after that I accessed, and I actually didn't go 2 weeks, I went a whole month, because I wanted to make sure that the inches were measured in a reasonable way, because it's really hard to track 2 weeks. But for my folks and for my older clients that I work with, I tell them to do 2 weeks, because you have to start getting into a habit. You have to start moving. You have to start doing something different than you normally aren't used to. So For my tip of the day, I say start doing a small bit of cardio 2 to 3 times a week, 20 minutes max. Some type of cardio, anything. Stairs, instead of taking the elevator, walking instead of taking the cab, just doing any little thing, you'll start noticing the difference. And then on my next series, we'll talk about the weight training, because that also plays a role. We'll also talk about sleeping and the importance of getting rest. And I'll also talk a little bit more about the nutrition, and I'll talk about some sample meal plans as we go on. Alright, this is my video series tape 2. This is JBB, out. Peace out.